opposed. Yes, we are good to go.
Good evening, folks. Before we get started, tonight is January 28th. In response to COVID-19, the town board continues to use a hybrid model for our town board meetings, as we're doing tonight. The adaptive practice comes from the advice of the Association of Towns and consultation with our town attorney. We continue to do this in the interest of public health. I am going to call the meeting to order tonight at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cash.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
I'm here.
Meg Bobbin.
Here.
Barbara Hebert.
Here.
Charles Kostick.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And I am present.
Seeking any interest for public comment this evening. We have made that available via the Zoom option, but seeing or hearing none, we'll move forward. Supervisors report, I'll keep it short. As the public, and I know the board is aware of, we have had a number of COVID cases here at the town. We continue to use the best safety protocols to protect our employees as well as the public. I feel that it is incumbent upon the town to be transparent through this process as a public entity, and that's why we keep putting that out there. We are limited certainly by not being able to share personnel matters, but we do come in contact with the public, and rather than having rumor bills out there and stuff, and we've received a couple of phone calls and stuff, both thanking us and also asking additional questions, so I'm glad that we continue to do that. We have been on a reduced staffing capacity because of the impact of isolation and quarantining, but fortunately, knock on wood of head and wood on the dais here, is that those individuals that have come in contact with COVID and contracted it have been okay. So that's, I know each one of you has expressed always an interest. Are folks doing okay? And they have been. So we continue to monitor and to manage it to the best of our ability. And I just want to thank our team in advance too. Thank our team again too for all of their hard work on that. So I want to jump in as a work session. We do have Brian here as a guest this evening. We have some draft materials, but there is one item that I do want to bring to the table for consideration tonight, and I'll explain in more detail. But we do have draft minutes. We do have the draft but revised Finance Committee policy amendment. I want to thank Barb in particular for all of her hard work on that. And then we do have a New York State DOT shared services, and I know Meg reached out to me earlier. We do this approximately every 4 years. This is something that is guided by New York State DOT. I think the last time we did it was in 2017, if I have my math correct. So the item that I want to bring to the table, and I will have Kevin read it, and that is Resolution 26, Purchase of Laptops.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh procurement policy outlines the requirement for purchasing goods and services, and whereas StoredTech, a qualified IT computer support service firm that currently provides services to the town of Plattsburgh office staff and general hardware and software needs, can provide 15 laptops needed for the town employees working remotely. Therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the purchase of 15 laptops at an estimated cost of $7,000 and 0 cents, and is further resolved that the supervisor be and he is hereby authorized to sign all related documents relative to the purchase from StoredTech at 543 Queensberry Avenue, Suite 5, Queensberry, New York.
Is there a motion? Tom, is there a second?
Second.
Tostick, all right. For discussion, I just want to provide some additional information on this. So we've been working on the public health emergency operation plan. One of the things that really is a need within this work is our more robust capacity for us to have employees work from home as necessary. Working with StoreTech, we evaluated two forms. One is kind of a Chromebook version of things, where people could be sent home and using Chromebooks. While Chromebooks were less expensive, they did not meet the operational needs and were not secure enough. As a municipality, we needed something that would provide, the most robust security. So this computer laptop will do a couple different things. One is it allows for members of our team to be working remote into our system, on a system that is not their home computer, because we don't want town material on people's home materials. It also, through I always screw this up, but basically the phone system can be patched in such a way that the individuals can use a headset, and they can also do phone through the computers as well. So this really is a very, very robust system. It's something that we wanted to do very early on in this whole pandemic, but we were not the only ones experiencing this. So to be able to, get our hands on resources and understand our needs and a variety of other things was really difficult, to be just very blunt about it, okay? This week alone tested our capacity, and we triaged to the best of our ability, and we have gotten by, but we need to be able to continue to operate at the highest level of our government's operation, and this is what's needed, to be quite frank. I'm bringing it to you tonight for two reasons. One is there's just a direct need, okay? The other part to it is procurement for this model happens in a couple different ways. One of them is you can do basically a Dell Direct. Dell Direct, it will take approximately 5 weeks to get the material in hand. That's if the quote-unquote supply chain management doesn't get jammed up, which we've seen through a lot of different things, right? You place an order and things just don't come within the time frame, which puts us further behind. StoreTech has a vendor that does purchasing of large quantities of certain things in advance. This happens to be one of the things that they have, for lack of a better term, stockpile of, that they can get their hands on, and they can actually order it tomorrow. And in theory, we can begin to mobilize our operational part of this starting next week. There's still things to do, don't get me wrong, but there's still pieces of the puzzle that we have to work on, but it puts us in a much stronger position. So, I did not want to do just an emergency purchase and come to the board afterwards. I wanted to bring this to you to keep you all informed why I've had these conversations and why this proposal. So I am bringing it to you tonight because the 280 computers, while we're not purchasing those, that stockpile could be drawn down very quickly, and if we waited until even next Thursday, I was concerned it might put us in that 4 to 5 week window. So, any questions?
Michael, the laptops are specifically assigned to employees? I mean, employees will be using them, but they'll be accessible by those that need them.
Yep, so we looked at our numbers. The reason that we arrived at 15 is the worst of the worst scenario. Some of our operation here at the town, unless there was something truly catastrophic where we could not get into the building, some people will still need to be here on site. There are some things that still need to happen on site, okay? So what we were able to do is to look at the programs that are cloud-based, first and foremost. Second is we were to look at how we could connect people to their desktops, because that's basically what they'll do, is they'll be able to go en route into our system protected and be able to connect with their desktop. So no, they will not be hardline assigned to individuals to be with at all times, but we will assign them in areas of the town so that water will be able to use them, codes will be able to use them, Brian's department, planning, the finance department, for example. So other departments, such as recreation, they're using predominantly email, social media, and a web-based program that doesn't need the same functionality. It would also allow us to mobilize the clerk's office and the tax receiver's office if we needed to as well. So it gives us optimal flexibility. Any other questions?
Highway D&D
Not in the same way, Tom. Karen, who provides support staff to the highway department, would be in the fold of one of those computers. So, so yes, could they be provided support? Yes, but unlikely that we would need to hardline the highway superintendent or the deputy in that manner. Yeah. All right. Anything further? Seeing none, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg Bobbin,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes, resolution carries. I very much appreciate that, folks. All right, at this point, knowing that Brian's here, I would just ask very quickly, is there anyone that is seeking to provide any committee reports? Is there anything committee report-wise? All right, seeing nothing further then, is there a motion to go into an executive session to talk about the ongoing pending litigations and certiorari regarding Key Bank, Consumer Square, Champlain South, and separately Champlain North? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Bobbin? All right, can I get a roll call?
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg Bobbin,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick.
Yes.
We will go into an executive session at 6:12. No action, formal action to be taken. I'm just gonna give Kevin an opportunity to shut off the camera, shut off the